Hi, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me this Tuesday morning, right before the start of May, which is my favorite month because I was born in May and it's spring and I don't know, it's just happy times. Don't you feel like it's happy times? Thank you so much for, I'm looking over all these questions, tons of them that I printed out. Thank you so much for writing in all these questions. I thought it would be a good opportunity for us to just hang out this morning, and you always write in such wonderful questions, and I'm also really grateful to you for showing up these past Tuesdays with me and getting into this whole convos and coffee thing and feeling it out. And so I appreciate it. It's been kind of amazing to see how many of you are coming from all over the world. I really it's awesome. It's really awesome. So thank you. So let's get started. Let me read. Hi from Seattle. Hi from Greece. I have my happy cup because I feel happy this Tuesday, actually. It was kind of sad for a few days, just so many things going on, but now I feel happy. So let's keep it that way. All right, so let's get started. Hi from Germany. Okay, let's get started on some of these questions. So, because there's a lot, I have to kind of make it through these. All right, so how do you have your coffee and tea? Hi from Sydney, Australia. Hi. Well, so lately I'm on a matcha kick. I'm doing iced matcha with oat milk. I used to love any kind of coffee with just a little splash of milk, any kind of milk. However, and I stopped doing sugar years ago, added sugar, which is great. And you can do it for yourself. It's so much better than adding all that sugar to your body because it makes you crash. It's not good for you. So I started doing that and I got used to it, but now coffee for some reason is giving me a little bit of acidity in my tummy. Maybe this is TMI, but it is. And so now I'm doing matcha and it gives me the caffeine boost and I feel a little bit, less of a high-low with it. So that's that. What are your favorite films or shows to watch? Well, I love watching everything. I just went to the movies and I saw Challengers, the Zendaya Dea movie, which was super sexy. She was really great. Italian director Luca Guadagnino, and it was really good. It was really out of the box and kind of, yeah. I mean, I like tennis. The boys were super cute. I liked it. It was really good. So there's that. And then what else? I recently watched Ripley, which I thought was a really cool series. It was based on, The Talented Mr. Ripley, which has been done a few times, but the movie was done years ago with Matt Damon. And now they redid it with Andrew Scott, who is maybe my favorite actor out there right now. This guy can do no wrong. If you've seen him on Fleabag, he blew my mind as the priest, and now he's playing Ripley. And it's just very artsy. It's black and white. It's all shot in these beautiful locations. It's super cool. And the thing I like about it as well is that, I don't know, don't you just sometimes feel like people are like con artists? Don't you sometimes feel like people are just full of shit? And so I feel like that character is that. He's just this creepy guy that you wouldn't think anything, he seems super nice and fine, but there's something about him that just smells wrong. And so, I don't know, that whole thing of people who are, manipulating other people. I find it an interesting character. So Ripley, I think it's on Netflix. What else? What piece of relationship advice would you give to your 18-year-old self? Slow down. You don't really, you don't even know yourself at 18. All you want is to have connection, right? And you can have connection without getting super involved with super involved with people in a way that doesn't have perspective. So slow down, take your time getting to know somebody, ease into things. Everything is so fast and we feel like we should have these fast relationships and then they blow up as quickly as they start. So I think I would have said to myself, slow down, have fun, chill out, take your time to get to know people. That's what I would do. Because also, they say that it takes 3 years to actually really get to know somebody. like for real. So I always tell everyone, do not ever get engaged or anything till you've been with someone for 3 years, so that you've seen them through like different cycles and ups and downs in their life, to see how they handled it and so forth. So that's my advice. Can you give Team Geneva a shout out? Because we still travel together and are all pals thanks to you. Yay! Hi, Team Geneva. That makes me so happy. That's amazing. That's amazing. Wow. Lots of love to you guys. And you live in my second favorite place in the world. And lots of love to you. That's awesome. I love that you travel together. Hello. That's really cool. Okay. Could you speak a bit about what it means to celebrate the success of others? You do it well. Well, thank you, Cheryl. That means a lot to me. I hope I do it well, because it is super important to me. I was, as you guys know, I was raised by, 2 women, my mom and my aunt, and I always celebrated, not just women, but the success of everyone around me. I definitely feel like I'm one of those people that feels really like I'm lifted up by the successes and strengths of people around me. So I don't find that competitive, or it doesn't make me feel insecure to be around people who are much better at things than me. I actually feel completely inspired by it. So I think that's what it means to me to celebrate the success. Is it feels to me like I'm a part of that, but I also, I'm an empath. I like people's journeys. I like to connect with people, which is why I'm doing this, which somebody does ask me somewhere about why am I doing this Convos and Coffee and how did it come to be? So I'm just going to answer that. I woke up a few weeks ago and I wanted to do this conversation with John McNutt, the ancestral healer. And after we did that conversation and right before it, I just felt like this was something I could commit to every week. And it was a way to connect with all of you without just sending out random pictures of me and my life. And I don't know, I just really like it. It makes me show up. It's I don't know, I like how it feels. And so I guess it's a little experimental, but it's something that I just wanted to show up for, and I'm glad you are. So that's all it is. And I know some really interesting people that I like talking to. So this is an excuse for me to get to have my matcha and talk to people, which I like to do. If it was up to you, wait, hold on. What was somebody writing? Okay. If it was up to you, who would you star along with in a movie? Channing Tatum, probably. Ryan Gosling, because they're both hot and nice and they can dance. Because dancing is very important. Like a man that can dance. Not a question, but thank you for being a kind, wonderful person. I hope you're well. Thank you. I hope you're well too, Emma. Okay, what else? What kind of products do you use for your face? I am prepared for this. What kind of products do I use? All right, so as you know, we learn a lot as we age and our skin changes and so forth, and also through the seasons. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite products. I actually brought them to show you. This is Olga Lorenzen, and this product is, it's called the Weightless Moisturizer. It's an illuminating hydrator. I swear by this. I go through this a lot, especially in the winter months. My skin gets dry, and I just feel like if I can use this morning, night, 5 times a day, this really helps me a lot, and I love it. It's Olga Lorenzen. I can tag that for you after. My newest favorite and amazing product by my friend Molly Sims. This is Wise Beauty. This is her morning cocktail vitamin C serum. Vitamin C is super important to use, and it's really great to put on before you put on your sunscreen, which I use every day because I have a lot of freckles and freckly skin. So I love this product. It's so, so good. Thank you, Molly, for doing all your research, and it's fantastic. And then a cream that I'm using right now, which is it's a botanical cream from a company called Orveda, but I'm really enjoying it because it's kind of heavy. Like it feels a little bit, not heavy, but this particular one is heavy. It's called Firm Brew. So I'm hoping that it's firm right under my eyes where we need it to be firm. So Orveda is really good too. And then there's also so many other products that I love, but these are just a few that I'm kind of have on repeat right now. Okay, what else? This is kind of funny because I'm like sitting here talking to myself in a way, but you're all here. Okay, so what else? What else? So am I working on any new TV movie projects? I am. I'm working on so many that my head's about to pop off, but in a good way. I feel like the last years in our film business, as you know, has been really crazy with the strikes and COVID and so many things, and things are slower, and I'm also a mom and I love being a mom. So I've been pickier about like what I want to devote, you know, my next, my time to. But Eduardo and I have a couple projects. We have a television series that I'm super excited about, and I'm cross our fingers that it's gonna like be something that goes this year. And I can't wait to share that with you. I have a couple movies I'm working on. I have a film I'm directing. So yes, I have a lot of things cooking, but it's a really funky time in our business. So I wake up every day and get to work and hope that something's gonna something's gonna go. I'm manifesting. Something is going to go, I hope. Okay. Would I consider doing another TV series? Of course. I love television. I've been doing television for years. And yes, I would love to do another TV series. Absolutely. When is the time you can say it's okay not to be okay? Well, when is the time you can say it's okay not to be okay? Anytime? I mean, I think we kind of have to learn to say it's okay not to be okay. But I feel like we all are trained to be on this like hamster wheel of getting stuff done. And we live in such a fast society that it's hard to train ourselves to do that. And I'm absolutely one of those people that has to train myself to stop and say, I'm not okay. It actually happened to me this weekend. I just had a lot on my plate and I felt like I was being pulled in a lot of directions and I got overwhelmed and it just stopped me. And I had to like take a moment and say, I'm not okay and I need some help. So do it for yourself. Really, do it for yourself. It's super important for our mental health and everything. And it is okay not to be okay. We're not supposed to be okay all the time. You know, whoever told us that we're supposed to was wrong. We're not, and it's okay. So, hi, if you could change your profession, what would you be? I've been thinking about that a lot the last few years because this business has been crazy. But I love storytelling and I love what I do. So it's hard. But I have been thinking about it. I think the thing that I would maybe like is to teach, which is so interesting because when I was in kindergarten, they asked us what we want to be when we grow up. And I put an actress and a teacher. I do feel that directing combines those two as well in some ways because you're not a teacher per se, you're teaching something, but you do have a vision of something and you have to bring everybody together and you have to, organize a lot. And so there's those things sort of come together for me, but teaching, I think, is something. I also love design. I love fashion. I love interior design. I'm working on a project now with a couple dear friends, which I'm happy to post about and tell you about another time. But so yeah, we've been working on something that we're going to do in a few weeks, and so that's exciting. So yeah, I keep busy. I stay creative. I think creativity definitely. I would not be a 9-to-5 person. Would you take capoeira by any chance? Well, William, that is a great question because I did take capoeira. If you guys don't know what capoeira is, it's like Brazilian street dancing, basically. It's so good. Look it up. They're amazing what they do. But I went to this capoeira show and I was really inspired, and so was Eduardo. And so we went to take capoeira classes. And frankly, I couldn't move for like a week. It was like, it's a lot of lower back and a lot of like, kind of just very loose movements. It's really cool. I love it. Yes, I would do it again. I think I have to go to a chiropractor right when I'm done, but it's awesome. I love it. What is your secret to having a positive attitude and some advice for struggling on bad days? Well, I think we all struggle. We all do. I don't know a person that doesn't. And no matter what they, put out on their socials or how they show up to work sometimes, wearing the best outfit or putting out whatever they are. Everybody is struggling. And that's why I always have this attitude of, just be kind, because, you just don't know what struggle people are going through. You have no idea. And even if they're not being kind or they're being hateful or they're whatever, I still always come from kindness. I think it's really important to just have empathy and put ourselves in other people's shoes. And especially if you have the strength to do that, then you should do that. Sometimes people don't have the strength, and so they're not behaving in ways that are kind. But what do? I think that I try to slow down, take time for myself, see a friend that makes me happy, listen to music, watch something. But that's what I try to do. I try to sometimes also just get out of my own way. I feel like often we can get so focused on ourselves that we're not really stepping out of ourselves to have perspective. And having perspective really does help us, I think. Hi from the Netherlands. Hi to the Netherlands. Okay, so what else? With everything that's going on in the US right now, how do you stay positive? Well, I don't always. And I'm having a lot of feelings right now. I'm having a lot of feelings. I'm having a lot of feelings about just being, being a person my family was I'm first generation here. And when I went to college, I was like the first person in my whole family to go to university. And it was just such a place of, I had so much gratitude for it. It makes me cry. Sorry, I might cry. I'm a little fragile right now. So, because all of this brings up like it makes me sad. That we're at such polarized, like it's such a polarized state. I'm 100% for the First Amendment and exercising our rights of free speech. That's what we do. That's what young people should do. But I also believe in respect for all religions and all cultures. And when we come to something that is such a polarizing thing like what's going on right now, and particularly on college campuses, it breaks my heart, because what I'd like to see is those groups coming together and having a conversation about how it can be solved. And I don't think that using hate speech towards any group is how you solve problems. As a matter of fact, I think a lot of it is bringing in some of the anger and ancestral pain of past things, bringing it to the US in 2024 at a university where we are supposed to be furthering our education and our understanding of how to come together and solve our differences. So that's all I'm going to say on that. But it makes me really sad, and I wish for everybody to that we can come to some common ground on this, and that we can evolve as a society and as people, because hate towards anybody is just the death of our society, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So that's what I'm gonna say. So how am I dealing? To answer your question is, again, perspective. I step away oftentimes from news and socials. I'm not always up on everything because it just like hurts my heart. And so I check in with my friends that are struggling, and I talk to people, and I do what I can to just kind of, move past it as much as I can. Especially something like what's going on is like a lot of it feels also so much bigger than us, and it is. And now because of technology, it's like on a 24-hour cycle on our phones and our computers. So we're always getting bombarded with what's going on. And I just think it's like, it's making for a crisis in all of us. And that's pretty painful. So, okay. How did everything that happened these past years shift your perspective on life? All right. Well, I've been thinking a lot about that, so thank you for that question. I look back now at COVID, and I realize some people have called it the lost years, and that really stayed with me. I feel that in the moment of crises, we all handle things differently, and for me, I tend to get just really inward, really sort of myopic about what I'm dealing with moment to moment. And so what that was for me was taking care of my children and my family and myself and my mental health. And that really felt just like really staying close to home, whether that was cooking and walking and being with my dog, who I love, or whatever it is, or being there for my children when they were struggling online, everything. I feel like that's where my mind went. And that has taken some time to like move past that and into like the transition of, oh no, we're okay. We're back. So I do think that it has shifted my perspective in the sense that sometimes when I struggle with, oh my gosh, but I could have gone to go do this TV show, but I'm home and I'm with my kids or this or that. I think my perspective has changed to say that life moves really fast and we need to stay grounded and present to the things that matter to us most. And so I am staying grounded and present to the things that matter to me and taking care of my home, myself, my family. And when that is all good, then I feel like I can, like, I'm now finally getting ready to like, you know, go back to the world. But like, so anyway, does that make any sense? Does that make sense? Anyway, so that's what I'll say about that. So it has shifted my perspective on also just stay close to the people you love, spend time with the people that you love, do things that you love, travel, say yes to everything. Remember I made that movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey? Well, guess what? Now it means more to me than ever because I say yes. People call me to go travel, to go to their birthday thing and wherever. Yes, I'm just going to do it. So that's my big perspective shift is like, don't spend time worrying about it. Just do it. Enjoy your life and enjoy the things that you have. Oh, this is a good one. If arrested without explanation, what would your family or friends think that you did? I don't know, like danced on a car or something. I don't know. Probably. That sounds weird. Maybe something. Well, no. What was I to dance on a car? I'm thinking like something just kind of like hyper. You know what I think they would think is that I think that they would think that I went like full like tiger mom, not tiger mom, what's it called? Like mama bear on somebody because of something to do with someone's children. I have done that before and I'm going to totally confess. I was at a kid's birthday party and there was this lifeguard that was supposed to be taking care of young children. And he was not paying attention, but he looked really cute. He looked the part. He was all buff and cute and whatever. And he, this couple of kids jumped on this young girl's head in the water and were drowning her. And he did not do anything about it. And I saw across the pool and I went totally ballistic and I ran out, jumped in the water and was like, what are you doing, man? And like I helped the little girl up and he just kind of stood there and I yelled at him. I was like, you are paid to watch these kids. Like, what are you doing? But I remember when I was done, my kids just looked at me like, oh my God, Mom, that was pretty like intense. I was like, yeah, well, she might've drowned. So yeah, I think if I got arrested, it'd probably be something like that. Yeah. Okay. What else? If you find yourself with a day of no responsibilities, what would you choose to fill the day with? Definitely my friends, probably a glass of rosé or a martini, maybe reading something on my favorite book, taking a walk on the beach, just doing something mindless where I don't have to think. Like, I don't want to say shopping, but sometimes it's like just going to look at things, like going somewhere and looking. I could go anywhere from like a flea market to, I don't know, my mom took me the other day to Home Goods, and that was like, seriously, for my ADD brain, that was insane. It was like walking through Home Goods, even though I did not need anything that was in there, I literally was like, oh my God, I need a frame, I need a candle, I need this. Like I would go totally crazy. So I think if I had to do something like that, I think it would help me just kind of like, I don't know, I kind of like it. I like not having a schedule or having somewhere to be. That would feel like very, that would feel liberating for me. Okay, so what's your favorite recipe to cook? All right, so I've been working on this cookbook that is really a generational cookbook. And so one of the things I've been focused on for a long time is cooking recipes that we get from our families. Like, so things we've learned, either my Serbian side or Italian side, like taking from things that have been in our family and sort of simplifying it for, everyday life so that it doesn't take like 3 hours to cook. So one of the things I like, veal marsala, I like a thing called Geneva chicken, which I'm happy to share with you, which is basically, it's just like it's just chicken breast, and you make a really lovely sauce with it that's like a lemon and white wine sauce. But my kids like it. It's light, it's good. Maybe with some like broccoli that's like crushed up, a little bit of butter and salt. What else? I like that. What else do I like to cook? I don't know. We do a lot of pasta in our house. So I make sauces often. Bolognese or pomodoro or something like that. Okay, how am I coping with Lucia going to Brown University this fall? Well, would you like to see me cry during this convos and conversation? Because two things making me cry: my baby leaving and what's going on in the world. So this morning, I woke up early because for 6 years, we have been taking Lucia to the same, where we drop her off at her bus for school. There's a coffee shop, and we go to that coffee place every morning. And then it kind of evolved about 1.5 years ago when she got a car. And so then she was driving, and so we felt like we were missing that whole experience. So we then go and meet her at the coffee place and just sit there with her until she has to go to school. Till she leaves. And today we feel like we're in the last stretch of this because she's finishing and done with school in a month. And so today we all got up and we went together to this coffee place where everybody knows our name and they all know Lucia's name. And we just sat there having our coffees. And then, so I'm super excited and super proud of my girl because it's been such a hard time for this whole generation of kids that had to go through COVID. So I feel so much pride for what she's accomplished and for her future. So I'm filled with that. But I also think being a parent is really heartbreaking because, you're just along for this ride the whole time, keeping the bumpers on, and then all of a sudden you kind of have to let them fly. So I'm mixed with a lot of emotions. So I'll probably be, feeling and crying and having a lot of feelings for the next 6 months, maybe longer. Okay, what else? Hold on. Okay. Well, this is a good question right after this. But by the way, I think it's amazing, and I just want to say to any parent or any kid that is going off to college or transitioning wherever, and any parent that it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to be okay, not be okay. It's all fine. So, but what it is interesting is whenever you're dealing with, big feelings of some kind of grief or transition, it's funny because I'll go perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden something will trigger that. And so, yeah, I might be crying in my car a lot, randomly. Okay. So let's talk about how to navigate life transitions gracefully. Is that even possible? I don't know. Yes, I do think that you can be graceful if you're thoughtful and considerate to yourself, and you take care of yourself and you really listen to what your needs are. And it's hard to become a person that asks for what you need. I was not really taught that, just culturally, just not how I was taught. So that has been an ongoing thing for me to get to a place where I communicate my needs and to check in with myself. So yes, I think graceful transitions have to do with loving yourself first and foremost, and also really looking at the things that you've accomplished and looking at where you want to go and really working with that, whatever that is for you. Because I think a life without purpose is just not a life. We all need purpose, and we all need something to be looking forward to. So transitions are just the next stage of something else. I've been talking to Lucia about that because you know, you have this whole experience and you think that high school is everything and all your friends are everything, and then you're going to go somewhere else, and then you're going to have a completely different experience with a whole new set of people, and both are beautiful, and all of them just kind of lead you to where you're supposed to be. Okay, so what did playing Dr. Isles teach you about yourself? I'm definitely not scientifically gifted. I don't know. I mean, playing Mora was, you know, a lot of things, which I loved. And one of the reasons I loved playing her was because I'm not her. So there were things that I could go to in my brain and think about, and how I saw things and how I viewed the world, how she viewed the world and everything that was so outside of who I am that it was amazing. I love playing Mora. I would play Mora till the day that I couldn't play anyone again. Love her. Favorite character ever. And I think that's why, because you can lose yourself in it. And also she was incredibly positive. And she had such a way of seeing the world that was quite different. And so when you play a positive character, I think you go to work and you're feeling pretty positive, or at least you have to be. Okay, so what advice would you give your 30-year-old self? So we did 18 before. 30-year-old self? I don't know. I think your 30-year-old self means that you are now like, you start adulting. And so pick things that you like and choose relationships that are good for you. You know, I say this often to my daughter and her friends, and it's not about the other person. It's more about how you feel with people. So you could sit there and find a person that you like who's, you know, they fit the sort of superficial exterior standard of what you're attracted to. But if they're not a good person and they don't make you feel good about yourself, and you don't feel good in their presence, and energetically you feel like they just take from you, don't go there. You're wasting so much time. So 30-year-old self is be authentic and kind to who you are. Learn to ask for what you need. Be wary of people who are like vampire energy suckers, and like just find your people and something that you love to do. That's what I would say. From one Swiftie to another, we need your thoughts on the TTPD. Okay, we can't get into that right now. There's too many thoughts. That'll be another segment. Okay, what was your favorite role you've played? Definitely Mora Isles. What do you do in your free time? I don't know, I kind of answered that, didn't I? I mean, first of all, I don't have that much free time. I feel like my free time is scrolling Pinterest and like, I don't know, buying things. I have like things. I'm constantly sitting there looking at things I need for my house or things I need for here. So I don't know, my free time, I'd probably sit on the beach and listen to the waves and get some fresh air. But I do have a holiday coming up, so that's very exciting. That's where I get my free time. What would be your dream TV, movie, theater role? We kind of already said that a little bit. What's your favorite happy childhood memory? It's tough. It's my favorite happy childhood memory. I have a lot of wonderful memories being with my grandparents. They were just the greatest, and I would spend all my summers with them, and I just like loved them. I still remember like holding my grandpa's hand, holding my grandma's hand. I just remember how safe and loved I felt. So a lot of my childhood memories evolve around the family table and us just being together. It wasn't anything like specifically, it was just everyone being together. Yeah. All right, what else? If you could be a fly on the wall and follow anyone around for a day without them noticing, who would it be? Oh man, that's hard. I think it'd be like a combo of like you know, I don't want to say The Rock because it sounds so weird, Dwayne The Rock, but I feel like Dwayne wakes up, he gets it going, he works out. Like I feel like if I hung out with him, I'd get up and get going really fast and things would be happening. I would eat well. I feel like I like accomplished a ton. Like it would be, I don't know. I'm so not like that. So I feel like that would be kind of an interesting experiment to see what that would be like. But who without them noticing? Maybe Larry David? That would be funny. I think it would be funny to see how other people react to Larry David, because when you see Larry David, you always just feel like everyone knows you. So that would be fun to be that person where everyone was like, hey Larry, hey Sasha, how are ya? Okay. What's the best advice I've ever received? So when I was in my 20s and I had like a pretty cute boyfriend, there was, but things were complicated and it wasn't going well. I got advice from, ready for this? Marla Maples. Do you know who Marla Maples is? She's one of Donald Trump's ex-wives. She's an amazing lady. I got to know her through something. Anyway, don't know her well, haven't seen her in years, but in this moment in time, she said to me, when we were talking about my boyfriend, she said, be weary of the crystal blue eyes that you're gazing into because it might just be a light shining in through a hole in the back of their head. Think about this for a second. It might just be a light shining in through a hole in the back of their head. And at that moment, I was like, what? What? Now, what this says to me is just like we're all attracted to shiny objects, a beautiful person or whatever that is for us. But it doesn't mean that what's going on inside of them and their mind and their heart and their body is like something that's like, again, right for you. So for me, that's what it was sort of like, wow, you're attracted to this person because of he's majestic, but I don't know that he's got it all going on for you. So, okay. Are you flattered that so many people like your feet? What? So many people like my feet? Wait, is this real? Okay, well, would I be flattered? Yes, I guess so. Sure. I always thought my feet looked like little gnocchis because they just look like little potato gnocchis, but they're not bad. So sure. Okay, thanks. All right. And then we're going to wrap it up here. What else do I got? What else do I have? Okay. Fun question. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? I know you're married to an Italian, but he doesn't have to know. Yes. Do not tell my husband. He will literally divorce me if I put pineapple on my pizza. I'm not kidding. That is a total no-no. Total no-no. But yes, I do like pineapple. I like it on my pizza. Hello from Britain. Would you ever consider writing a memoir? I love you so much. Thank you. I love you so much. Would I consider writing a memoir? I've thought about it because I think I have a really singular experience as a first generation American. And frankly, in these last years of speaking so much about identity, which I think for so long I blocked out, I didn't really think about it that much. But it has come up for me in the last 8 years. A lot about our identity, a lot about who we are, how we became who we are. And for me, there are very specific experiences of my growing up that I feel are pretty interesting. So yeah, I would consider that. I'd have to think about how, but yes, I would consider it. Okay, 2 more. Will I ever direct an episode of NCIS if given the chance, or the upcoming TIVA series? Hell yeah. Love directing, would definitely work on either one of those shows. And what is your favorite holiday destination? Definitely Geneva, because it's just like a city that holiday destination. Well, we go to Geneva because that's my favorite holiday spot for the winter. I also really like skiing in Zermatt, which we love, and Megève. And for summertime, I don't know, I'm kind of open. Anywhere that has a great beach and good food and somewhere you can walk around and not have to drive too much. So I'm open. Anything from the Greek islands to Ibiza. I love Mexico. So yeah, I'm open. I like to change it up though. I'm not really into going to the same exact place every time. Yeah. Anything else? Is there anything else? What's one place in the world that you've ever been that you would like to travel to? FYI, Belfast is amazing. I've never been to Belfast, but I would love to go to Belfast. Yes, there are so many places in the world that I haven't been. Today I was actually saying that I'd like to go to Tokyo. I've never been to Japan. And my mother-in-law has these restaurants, the Sophia Loren restaurants, which are now opening up all over the world. So look out for them. And it's gorgeous. It's like a 4-story gorgeous building. So I would like to go there to eat pasta in Tokyo and many other things because Tokyo is supposed to be incredible. So I want to do that. Okay, I think that's it. We have there's like, honestly, there's like another, I don't know, 50 something 100 questions. I don't know, but I'm going to stop here. So thank you so much for writing in. I hope I answered a lot, enough, and we can definitely do this again. Let me know if you want to, and so I appreciate you very much. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that you have a really happy and healthy Tuesday, and sending lots of love your way. Ciao.